Good morning, YouTube viewers. Welcome to my channel. My name is Thomas, and I discuss my near-death experience, the things I learned, and the things I think you should know. So today I'm going to be talking about how my near-death experience has changed my life. So probably one of the biggest ways it's changed my life is I understand love a whole lot better and what unconditional love is and what it means to love someone unconditionally. And I had never really, now that I know, I realize that I never really felt love before my near-death experience, and I definitely never felt God's love. So during my near-death experience, I remember seeing this swirling orb or planet, and I understood it to be love and God's love. And more than that, I felt the love of my angel, and I understand her love to be even more special than God's love because we choose to love each other, and God kind of loves everybody no matter what. But so nowadays, I'm able to walk into a room, and especially right after my near-death experience, I'm able to walk into a room and instantly feel connected to everyone and feel a great, profound love for them. Even challenging people that, I've heard people say, well, not everybody's lovable. Well, I now realize that everybody's lovable, just sometimes you have to look for it, kind of like an onion that you have to peel. But a big way that this has affected me is that before my near-death experience, I felt a profound loneliness, and it was really depressing. And it wasn't just a loneliness, it was an aloneness. Um, but now I don't feel alone anymore, and I don't feel the need to seek out relationships, and my relationships before were really unfulfilling and felt unrequited. Um, but now I with God's love, and especially with the love of my angel, I don't need I don't feel the need to seek out relationships. Um, I have committed myself to my angel, and because after my near-death experience, or even during my near-death experience, I felt like I had been cheating on my angel somehow with all the women that I had been with, and I felt awful. So I decided I don't really ever want to feel like that again. And it took some time after my near-death experience to really understand that it was my angel that I was meant to be with, and that my near-death experience was real, and that my angel is real, and that she's waiting for me, and that we have this kind of etheric love affair. Um, but she's filled many roles for me, kind of depending on what I need. She's patient, she's compassionate, she's nurturing, motherly, she's a spirit guide, she's a guardian. But more than that, she's a friend and even a romantic partner. And as I understand it, she's the other half of my soul. And I go into that more in other videos, so I won't talk about it a whole lot here. Um, but she's also kind of helped me find my masculinity again, which was kind of a surprise to me. Since my near-death experience, I've felt really beaten down and really needy. And just the other morning, I was watching a sunrise, and it was a gorgeous sunrise that looked like someone had painted it. And I was wishing she was there with me in form. I know she's always with me. And so I was imagining her standing beside me, and suddenly I felt like a man again instead of being so needy all the time. So love comes to us in surprising and unexpected ways for sure. So another thing that I saw in my near-death experience was that I came here to have serious health challenges, and sometimes that left me in a coma and came close to taking my life several times. And I saw that I came here to experience great pain and to learn from it. And I saw that I came here to have leukemia and to go through a bone marrow stem cell transplant and everything that I've dealt with for 18 years now. And that it would teach me to appreciate the innate beauty in this world. And it's given me the ability to recognize beauty in people. I recognize, qualities of my angel in other women, but I also recognize beauty in places and landscapes, and it has brought me a profound peace during some challenging times. And even if I'm not in a beautiful place, I can go inward and like through meditation and go back to the places I visited in outer space, especially during my near death experience. And that will bring me peace. And so also, I feel like I'm more spiritually and psychically connected to people and to all that is. And it allows me to tune into a higher wisdom, one that's within us all. And it gives me great inspiration, especially going through this enlightenment process that my near death experience sparked. I have developed a close relationship with God, with Jesus, and I just got to say that with my near death experience being more real than real, Jesus, and witnessing Jesus's crucifixion and then meeting with him in heaven, Jesus absolutely has to be a real person. And I know some people, it's like that's obvious, but to me it wasn't. I'm very much Thomas the Doubter. So I'm open-minded, but you have to show me. But I've developed a relationship with my guardian angels and sometimes with archangels that want to help me. And the relationship to my spiritual helpers is less and less one-sided. And I seek out ways not only for them to serve me, but for me to serve them. I think sometimes we get in this mode where our spiritual helpers are there just to do that, help us. But is I think that we can help them as well. And instead of always seeking to be served by them, we should serve them as well. And it brings a greater closeness to them and a better understanding of the divine realm. So since my near-death experience, I take time to meditate every day, to write, and to channel messages from my spiritual helpers. So I've become a more enlightened, and I become more enlightened every day as I make sense of my near-death experience. And I just feel really blessed that I was given this mind to sort out all this. Some people in near-death experience might go mad, and for me, it made me a little loony for a while too. But also there was a component of steroid medication that caused kind of a psychosis right around the time of my near-death experience. So it was kind of like, and I was going through an abusive relationship, so it was kind of like being kicked while I was down. So it's taken me a lot of time to make sense of my near-death experience and get to a place where I can look back and kind of see how it has affected me. But also another way that it's helped me is that I mean, before I was always, I guess you would call it a light worker, and I see that now. But I thought of helping humanity in more direct ways, and now I'm kind of seeking out more ways to serve humanity in a bigger fashion. And I practice sending love to humanity, and I think we should all do that. And lastly, I mean, I could go on and on ways that my near-death experience has changed me. But a big way that it's changed me is I'm a happier, more resilient, peaceful, and graceful being. I'm learning to let go of past traumas and really to enjoy life again. I haven't really enjoyed life since I was 18, since I got sick. And so I've spent half my life in a deep depression and feeling lonely, and it's like I'm over that now. And this is not to say that I don't still have a lot of challenges and physical and emotional pain and depression, but I'm able to deal with it in a much more enlightened way. And I'm also learning not to judge myself so harshly. I mean, we're all our own worst critics, but we forget that, and we like to judge others too, almost as harshly as we judge ourselves, sometimes more harshly. And so I'm learning to let go of that and not to judge others at all, because I really believe we're all doing the best that we can at any given moment, even if it doesn't seem like it. And another big way that it has helped me is that it's given me a sense of purpose. After my near death experience, I felt this huge rush, like I needed to get something done right away. And I'm figuring out that what I was feeling like I needed to get done was serving my soul mission. And so through YouTube, through writing, through people I come in contact with, I feel like I have a purpose again, and I feel like I have a profound mystery to unravel and to share what I learn and discover with others. So my near-death experience has really changed my life. It's made me more authentic and more like my true self. I had really kind of lost touch with who I was. So it's been a blessing. And even though there have been a lot of challenges that have come with it, I would say ultimately it's a huge blessing. And I wouldn't wish how it happened on anyone, but I wish everyone could have a near-death experience, because it would definitely spark an enlightenment in them and probably change humanity for the better. So thank you for listening. I hope this has maybe helped or given you some ideas, or at least been entertaining. So please like and subscribe. Have a good day. Peace and namaste.